I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about he's acting shady.
Uh-oh, shady doesn't sound good to me.
So today I've got an email coaching from a woman that's in her early 20s, and she was dating a guy that was slightly older than her for about 5 months. Now they knew each other for about 6 months beforehand, and then they got engaged after a couple of months and they were living together. Now, another big issue for this situation. She is pregnant, or was pregnant, with another guy's baby.
Oh my.
So she was pregnant with this other guy's baby. She starts dating him. They get engaged. She thinks things are going to be great with this guy. And then he leaves her before she has the baby.
Oh,
you can imagine what this poor girl is going through.
And we assume she had been upfront with him that it was someone else's baby,
Yes.
etc. That's what it sounds
Yes, yeah. Okay, so she says, he's avoidant, I'm anxious.
Yeah.
He's been in a 3-year relationship before me and they have a daughter together.
like. Oh my.
We didn't have much support in the start. I was pregnant with someone else's baby. He did everything for me. Drove me around, helped me with shopping. We talked about the future. We trusted each other, telling our secrets. Even wanted to marry me the next year and get a house. He thought, why wait? I was an angel sent from God.
That's not a status you want.
Sounds like a lot of pressure.
Any mistake is going to do you in.
We had a great time. Stood up for each other. Had a lot of sex at first, but not at the end of my pregnancy.
Yeah.
Which some guys don't like to be intimate at the end of the pregnancy. Some guys think it's great.
Yep.
A month and a half before I was going to give birth, he got distant. We had minor discussions. He always has to have an argument with someone. I became an easy target, but it never blew up. I kept my calm and we talked. I found it interesting that he's always in an argument with somebody.
Must keep him alive. Must keep him going.
What do you think that is when people are always having to be in an argument with someone?
I think that the charge keeps them going and keeps them interested in living. I think they're depressed underneath. I always used to say, when I worked in the prison, I used to say to the guys on Friday night, you're all depressed. I don't want to hear that any of you had a fight over the weekend, because nothing will cheer you up like a good fight. Okay, so if you always have to be arguing with somebody, I think you have an underlying depression.
Interesting.
Yeah, keeps your adrenaline going.
So, as a shock, he said, we're moving too fast, and wanted me to move. I gave him space while living together, but then wanted a break. A few days after giving birth, he wanted to break it off. You could imagine, this woman just had a baby.
Her hormones are in an uproar. She has no support.
The last days, he didn't get much space because we were helping a common friend, girl, get out of a bad relationship.
Oh, so the people that they know, of course, are in crisis also.
But, hold on, I don't like the fact that this is a woman, Margaret.
Okay.
I think there's going to be more coming up. I didn't have to give him his car right away. He always wanted sex, so we did. He used forever to give my last stuff back. I still got some, and we broke up in April. Said we would hang out and didn't want his daughter to lose me, but almost never has time, but wants to come over for sex.
I see.
I think it's going to get a little worse here. She says, it's a little town. There are a lot of rumors about us. Like me seeing a lot of guys. I've been hanging out with friends and getting to know people. His rumor is hooking up and living with our common friend.
The one that they were rescuing out of the
Yep,
bad relationship.
the female.
Oh my.
They're both acting kind of shady. Me and my ex talk about things and clear it up. He seems jealous, and then not, wanting to meet my next boyfriend, whoever he'll be, and he says I look cute with my guy friends. I think he's testing her to see if she says, oh yeah, well I am interested in this guy now, or a particular guy. He compares me to his ex. I'm going out once, and he says that's how things started with his ex.
I'm not your ex.
Mm-hmm. How they fought when getting their daughter and speaking negatively all of the sudden about the start of having a child because of what he went through with her maybe. But when we see each other, we still have a great tone, although he seems distant. We last had a deal of hanging out once a week, but we would take it slow. He lost because of his daughter being ill. I said, let's not do it at all, meaning I think the deal.
Yeah.
That I know he doesn't want that at the moment, and he thanked me for understanding. That was on Sunday. This is the longest we've been without sending anything. He wasn't ready for a relationship and wants to focus on his daughter.
He felt guilty, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is he just using me? Am I love blind? Or is he telling me the truth? If he reaches out, should I go forward with not wanting just a friendship? And what should I do with social media and Snapchat? Do I wait for him to bring up the relationship? Okay.
Good heavens.
A lot going on here. My gut is that this guy is probably hanging out with this other girl. Mm-hmm. He's now living with her. Mm-hmm. And now he's got something going on with her. And that's why she broke up with this girl. The idea of starting a family, raising her baby, probably sounded great and exciting. But then when the reality came and the baby actually started to come, he's like, this is too much, I'm not doing this.
Well, and here's the other thing. He was probably doing everything for her and this baby that he might not have done for his own.
Yep.
So my guess is, however confused in life he may be, that he's probably feeling guilty. And I have seen over the years that men do get very guilty. If they get involved with somebody and are taking care of their kids, they feel very guilty about their own kids they may have somehow left behind.
Mm.
So I'm going to guess he's feeling guilty. And I think his instinct was to take care of her and the baby in the beginning. And then I think he felt guilty about the baby he hadn't been taking care of. But it sounds like they're young and they're all hanging out.
They're mid-20s.
Yeah, they're all hanging out in various places. And there's a whole bunch of people that know each other who are hanging out in various places. And they were rescuing one of them. And now he's hanging out with that one. I don't get the sense that he's ready for a real relationship.
No.
What do you think?
I don't trust this guy.
No.
Because he walked away, it seems like fairly easy. It doesn't seem like there was problems even between them.
Right.
And he just left. This woman was like 8 or 9 months pregnant maybe when he left her.
Yeah.
She's about to have the baby, and then he leaves her. I mean, you're doing all these things for her and telling her you want to get married and have a family and do all this stuff, and then you just walk away for no reason?
And then when her hormones are in an uproar, you tell her that you're leaving her.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
And the fact that there's so many rumors about him makes me really suspicious that he left her for either this friend, this common friend, or someone else. But, you know, the other thing I didn't like is it seems like he's only coming over for sex.
That's what it sounded like. And she knew that, too.
She kind of mentioned that several times. We'd always have sex. He wants to come for me for sex. But then he's too busy for everything else.
But how many men are going to take on somebody else's baby and take care of someone who's having somebody else's baby? There are men who do occasionally. I've known some, but it's not something that happens often. And it sounds almost like an adolescent crowd hanging out together and having rumors, even though they're in their mid-20s.
I think it was more of because they're in a small town, but maybe
Yeah.
there's a little combination of
Yeah,
both there.
yeah.
But I don't like the fact that he seems to be testing her too, like saying things like, "Oh, you look good with him," and "Oh, he would be cute for you," and "Oh, I can't wait to meet your next boyfriend." I think he's very insecure, and so he's testing to see who she really likes.
I see. And why in heaven's name would I introduce my next boyfriend to you, buddy? Why
Exactly.
possibly would I do that?
After you did such a hurtful, selfish thing,
Right.
why would I even want to talk to you again?
Yes. Why? She said she's lovesick, maybe.
Yeah.
But, you know, if we look at her situation, she's in a crummy situation.
Yep.
She has just had a baby. She doesn't have a partner,
She's a stay-at-home mom.
meaning that she doesn't work.
She
and
doesn't
what
work.
choice does she have right now but to be a stay-at-home mom? So I'm thinking of practicalities here. She needs to apply for AFDC immediately and Medicaid. I bet you she knows to do that. But that would be certainly my first advice. And that as soon as she can get involved with a social service agency, there are all kinds of things that big agencies offer. Moms Morning Out, all kinds of support for new mothers in her situation. This lady is in a really difficult position, and we don't want her being depressed and despairing, because that's bad for an infant who desperately needs her and desperately needs to attach to her.
Yeah.
We don't know if she has extended family. There are early intervention programs. I would love to see her take advantage of every kind of help she can get.
Absolutely.
So I would suggest she run, not walk, to the nearest social service agency. They're in a small town, but there should be some things available. There's, you know, Medicaid, food stamps, all those things. She needs to avail herself of immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of support system
No,
she has
we
or
have no
doesn't
idea.
have.
We didn't
But
hear
she's-
about any family.
You can imagine how difficult a breakup would be
Oh.
when you have a newborn baby.
And your hormones are in an uproar in addition to everything else. This is a real lovely guy.
Yeah.
Not.
There really wasn't much about this guy that
No.
sounded very endearing or,
No.
you know, I mean, it seems like, based on what she wrote at least, he kind of left her for no reason.
At
At
the
least-
worst possible time.
At least between them, it didn't
Yeah.
seem like there was any issues
No.
going on between
No,
them.
except that she couldn't have sex.
Well,
Perhaps.
but he broke up with her before she even had the baby.
Right.
So, I don't know. I find it very suspicious that he's now living with this other girl. My guess is that he would probably be hooking up with her.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he's ready for anything serious.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to need if you're, you know, at least, you know, wanting
And
a
he
more
was concerned
stable
about his
relationship.
daughter being attached to her.
Yeah.
You can't have it 6 different ways.
Very sad, rough
Yes,
situation. Obviously, because there's a baby involved now. And, you know, terrible time to get dumped.
Terrible.
Hopefully, you know, you'll bounce back from this and you'll get some extra help that you can to deal with this and,
Yes.
and help you with the baby.
Yes.
And if this guy does come back, you need to make him work really, really hard and
At
show
coming
you
back, yeah.
with your his behavior that he deserves another chance, because he left you at a really terrible time.
Right.
And I would not bring up a relationship. I would not look at his Snapchat. I would not agree to be
No.
his friend
No.
in this situation. If he wants to work it out, make him show you that he's going to give you all of the things that he talked to you about before he left you. I don't think he's going to do it. I just don't think he's functioning well enough.
I don't either. No.
But if I'm in your situation and I'm wanting him back, I'm going to be very, very careful trusting this guy again.
Right. And you know, you don't want to go through this again. You don't want your child to get attached to him and then go through this again. So he'd also have to convince you that he means it and he's as good as his word.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. If you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
Yes, if you feel like I can be helpful to you, please call. I would be delighted to talk with you.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to do that. Make sure you subscribe to support the channel. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.